So you guys wondering what the project of the day is? Battery bank. No, we did that before. But wait, let's improve battery bank. Let's add solar. That's right. We're going to add a little solar power to it, so that way the battery bank charges from solar and my truck. Now, if you want to know about the battery bank, watch the other episode. The solar part, we're getting into today. So let's start with the basics. First off, what is solar? Well, it's magic. That box right there, all that black and silver and everything, that takes the magic of that guy, whew, that was bright, and brings it right back into here to produce power. Now, how much power you say? Well, let me show you. I got it hooked up right now, and sitting here in the sun, we are pushing 41.9 volts. Now, as I walk across it and cast a shadow, it starts to go down a little bit. So, it actually works. Man, ain't that cool? But not only are we putting one panel under here, we're putting two. And how might we do that? This here camper shell I got might come in handy. We'll just use it to mount them. So let's start the start. Now we got the panels, we got the batteries, but obviously you can't hook 41 volts of power up to it or you will fry something. So we need another little magic box. Magic box number 1, the solar charge controller. What does this do? Why, it takes the magic of solar panels, brings it in here, brings the voltage down from that 48 volts you saw down to 13 point, depending on whatever you want to choose, and it puts them out in these two wires, and then you can hook a load up right here and it can control the load that comes out of it. Now the load we'll get into next. For the today, we're simply worrying about power in and power out and power to the batteries, which are back here. That's right, these guys, they're buried underneath the top. So, you know, it's not the world's best place for access, but I gotta have the top to mount the panels. So, let's start with step 1, wiring and, well, actually let's do the real step 1. Let's mount the panels, shall we? Now for those of you who are into technical specs, here they are. These panels are 190 watts each. They make up to 5 amps of power right at. Maximum of 42 volts. Oh, hell, why am I telling you all this? You can read. Not that exciting, is it? It's just read numbers. Ooh, ah. But the biggest thing that I'm worried about is watts. I'm at 190 watts of power. And I have, like I say, 2 of them. That one and this one. Alright, I ain't gonna lie, this was a little painful. I had to drill holes to get it to go in. But what I've done, I have mounted me some brackets right here, which will go to the hole I've put here. I have taken the cables and run them in, and as you can see, they fit nicely through there. And the next step, a little bit of silicone. We're going to seal everything up so it still stays watertight in there, and we're going to bolt these guys down. Okay, so now we got the panels on. Ooh, ah, wow. Isn't that sexy? Okay, solar power is not sexy, but it's not too bad looking. It doesn't stick out like a turd in a punch bowl. So we got that on. Next, let's run some wires and make the power from these guys go in there. Okay, do not attempt this at home. This is the ghetto rig until I get the real deal. But I've got these 2 panels wired together. I've got positive and negative put together with the positive and negative in that panel. From there, these guys go, again, this is my temporary rig, into the solar charger. Real fancy. This thing's actually pretty easy to wire. You got 4 wires. Yes, they're all red. Don't shoot me. They're all in there for the moment. So you hook up the battery first. And as you see, you have a positive and a negative to hook up the battery. That has to go first. If you don't, it supposedly will blow the thing. Then these two wires here go to the solar panel. And as you can see, right now, I'm putting power into the battery. Now, the funny thing is, it's kind of evening, so I don't have a whole lot of sun. As you can see, I don't know where the sun went. It's gone. But the panels are still getting enough. These are 48 volt panels, and they are still getting enough that the charge controller sees a power input and is bringing up the voltage of the battery. Now tomorrow we'll have some full sun. I'll kind of see what the readings go to. If you cycle this thing through the menu, it's aiming to charge the batteries up to 13.7 is the deal. The load where it kicks on or off for the other two wires here for where I'm going to hook the load up. And let's see, as we go through that, the load cuts off at 10.7. The 24 hours means it stays on all the time. And a B01 is the battery I have, which is just a lead acid battery. And back to the main menu. So if I had a load, there'd be a little arrow blinking going from the battery to the light. Again, a whole lot of this stuff is not rocket science, but it's there, it works. Next step, which I'll do later, but I plan on taking, they have little inverter thingies. I'll hook up to the battery bank. It will convert the 12 volt to 110, plug it in the house, and make these babies start to pay me. That's the whole point of it. Plus, you know, if the power goes out and I have to use my battery bank, well, this right here is just less time that I have to run my truck or run a generator to keep the lights on in the house. Saving gas, saving money. That's the whole point of being prepared for when things get stupid. This is a Cloud Kicker signing out again. Y'all have fun. Wait till you see the next project. Almost forgot our guest. He's in every video, and yet somehow he was out chasing something. Don't know. So I didn't mean to forget you, Sparta. You're a local celebrity. All right, y'all take care. He's bored.